In a world of countless tips, tricks, hacks, and all of that bullshit, here's what allows me to run businesses that generate tens of thousands of pounds each month. My name's Zaire Allen, and I'm building businesses to place 1 million people into tech by 2030. That's my goal. I've already helped over 100 people earn £4.5 million in annualized income through tech, and I've done so through teaching them from my main business, Love Circular. But I'm here to help document my journey and hopefully show everyone what it takes to build such a thing. I was recently asked by a designer how they can prioritize their time better to increase their productivity, and to do so they wanted to know how they can start freelancing really. It made me think about my process, as I have a bit of an erratic brain, similar to a Ferrari I like to describe it as, but I managed to get shit done, and I want to help you learn what I do and how I think you can go about this for yourself really. I work best when I remove distractions. I truly believe to get shit done, you need to be able to focus on just one thing at a time and do it as simple as possible. Similar to that book that I recommended once, The One Thing by Gary Keller. I've optimized my daily life to remove distractions wherever possible, as they're an inconvenience between where I am now and where I want to be. So here's my framework on how I do it. I keep it simple. I write 3 things down. Never any more than that, because any more than that's a distraction, and they usually starts with one high priority task. It's the most important thing that I need to do that day. Like today, it's recording 2 videos, and I have 2 other less pressing tasks that accompany it. This allows me to focus on whatever I believe will have the biggest impact on my day and allow me to make that move to the next step, I guess. And I do so to not overwhelm myself with commitments, as in my position, you have a million things to do and it's really hard to get a lot of things done when you are concentrating on everything. So I write a short to-do list and boom, get shit done really. What I don't recommend is trying to do too many things with many different productivity apps like time tracking, task tracking, and all of that stuff. If I'm honest, I think it's mostly noise, because it distracts you and then it splits your focus. You've got to think of all of these different apps to get one thing done at a time, and usually it gets in the way of the most important thing, which I believe is work at the end of the day. It's getting to your goal. So to optimize my workflow, what I do is I use tools. Sometimes are optional, but they're really down to preference. When it comes to Google Chrome, I use Tweak for Twitter, and that removes things like my news feed, my notifications, my timeline. I don't want any of that. I just want to tweet whenever I'm on Twitter, and that's about it. Get off it as quick as possible. I also use Unhooked, which is there to remove distractions on YouTube, because I can get lost in a rabbit hole like nobody's business. But it allows me to focus on the search bar and the video that I need to view at the time. When it comes to my iPhone, I have an app called Opal, which I use for blocking pretty much all apps on my phone during the daytime, and it allows me to get shit done, clearly. My notifications are never on, because Do Not Disturb is usually useful, and it allows me to focus on not using my phone. I don't want to do too much screen time. But to summarize, I'd suggest optimizing for removing distractions wherever possible. If it's your phone, get out of the room, any of that shit, that sort of thing. Write a list down that allows you to go through your tasks one by one, but always have that high priority task. And if you'd like to supplement your daily workflow with some apps, I'd say keep it to a minimal and only use the ones that you think are going to help you get to the next stage, by not having all like thousands of things that you need to do this, and just one thing at a time. But again, it's not a robust process, but if you minimize the amount of things that can go wrong, you are surely going to go in the right direction. And that is usually getting your work done. And this is how I do it. Thanks. Peace.